What's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I will be talking about these 3 new eyeshadow base primers that Sigma Beauty has come out with. So I'm really excited. These are the 3 right here. They actually have another 3 that they previously came out with. Yeah, these eyeshadow base primers are really nice because you can wear them alone or you can layer them underneath and then apply eyeshadow on top, and it just makes your eyeshadow it gives it that extra oomph. So I actually know about Sigma Beauty because they have a huge line of Sigma brushes, and then they also kind of create makeup that can go with the brushes. So their brushes are so good. They're honestly one of the best brushes that I own. So also about their brushes are vegan, cruelty-free, and they have a 2-year warranty. And also their brushes feature an exclusive interlocking technology that causes this to have unbreakable handles. See? I'm like giving this all my might. It's very difficult to make this break. I wash my brushes every single week and I've never had any problem with any Sigma brushes breaking or coming off. So yeah, I'm really excited to be giving you guys this video on their eyeshadow base primers because I just started actually using their makeup. I've been using their brushes for a while now, but I just started using their makeup, and their makeup is really good too. So they're really good together, their brushes and their makeup. So these launched today on April 30th. You guys can go ahead and use my affiliate code, which is Drea10. This will save you 10% off. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys swatches of the 3 new base eyeshadow primers, and then also I'll be applying it onto the eye so you guys can see eye swatches, and then I'll be doing a look at the very end. So definitely stay tuned if you guys want to see more about these eyeshadow base primers. This is Ignite and this is a light caramel matte, and I'm also going to do swatches so you guys can see what it looks like. Radiance is a soft golden shimmer. Earthen is a warm coffee matte. Okay, so I just swatched Ignite. This is a light caramel matte. I really like this one because this one you can kind of wear alone on your eyes, or you can kind of cut the crease with it. I've cut the crease before with these eyeshadow base primers and it just goes right over your shadow, so it's really nice to use. So picking up my Sigma Warm Neutrals palette, I'm going to pick up this shade right here, which is Toasty, and I'm just going to do a swatch right next to the eyeshadow base primer just to show you guys what it looks like with and without the eyeshadow base primer. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my Sigma large shader brush and pick up that shade again, Toasty, and just apply it to the part that has the eyeshadow base primer just to show you guys the difference. You can definitely see the difference between the two. This one has the eyeshadow base primer Ignite underneath, and this one has no eyeshadow base primer. So these eyeshadow bases also do come with a sharpener at the very bottom of the primer. You can go ahead and sharpen it if you guys want. So yeah, you can go ahead and use the sharpener at the very bottom, and that will just allow you to get more of a sharper end. Okay, so this one right here is Radiance. This is really pretty if you want to just go ahead and use this one on its own. This is a soft golden shimmer. Out of the 3, this is the only one that's a shimmer. But yeah, I'm going to switch to using my hand as the swatches. It's just a little bit easier for me to use my hand to make it focus, to focus the camera. Since you know your girl's out here doing, her own production and everything. It's a one-man show. I'm just going to pat it down really quick. Now picking up my Sigma Warm Neutrals palette, I'm going to pick up this color right here, Bittersweet, and then I'm just going to do a swatch side by side to show you guys the difference. So this shimmer on its own is just beautiful. They really do create really nice shimmers, but I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when I apply it to the eyeshadow base primer on top. So this one has the eyeshadow base primer underneath, and this one has no primer. So the shimmers in this palette are actually really amazing, but I just feel like when you apply it with the eyeshadow base primer underneath, it just kind of gives you more of that foiled look. So you can kind of see when I shift my hand, that this one is just a little bit more oomph, like a little bit more extra. Alright, so last but not least, I'm going to show you guys what Earthen looks like on the hand. Okay, so Earthen is a warm coffee matte. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys the swatch right here, just by itself. Super creamy. You know the drill already. I'm going to apply the eyeshadow here just to show you guys a comparison. Alright you guys, so I'm picking up this color right here. Alright you guys, so this is what Fool's Gold looks by itself. I'm going to go ahead and apply it on top of here. And usually when I apply it, I like kind of pat down because it is like a creamy base underneath. So this is with Earthen underneath with the eyeshadow base primer, and this is with no eyeshadow base primer. You can definitely see the difference between the two. This one is just like very metallic and almost like a foiled effect. I really love how it looks like with the eyeshadow base primer on top. And also remember, you don't always have to use like Sigma eyeshadows. Like if you guys want to just use these eyeshadow base primers but use a different palette, go ahead and do that. It will work all the same. Alright you guys, so I'm ready to show you guys swatches of what all three look like on my eyes. I'm going to start off with Ignite, which is the light caramel matte. So I usually apply it first like this, and then I'll go in with a brush afterwards and then just blend it out. So picking up my Sigma brush in E58, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this all out. I like to pat it down and then kind of blend out the edges. Alright, so you guys see, you can obviously wear this alone or with eyeshadow on top. You can definitely see the difference between this eye and this eye. I don't have any eyeshadow base primer on here, and I just feel like this just kind of gives it more of a brightening effect. So you could definitely wear this alone. I'm just going to go ahead and apply eyeshadow on top so you guys can see how nice it looks when you do apply eyeshadow. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This is a Beaming, and this is just a really pretty light pink champagne color. This is what it looks like when I apply that pink champagne color on top. This is Beaming, and I just really like how it looks. It just makes your eyeshadows pop, and like the shimmers just look so good and metallic. And I'm gonna go ahead and blink a bunch of times so you guys can see like this doesn't transfer or crease or anything like that. And you guys know I have kind of wrinkly eyelids and hooded eyelids, so I'm just gonna blink and you guys can see, you know, this doesn't crease at all. I'm gonna go ahead and actually apply Beaming onto this side so you guys can kind of see the difference between the two. So this eye has no eyeshadow base primer. So even though the Sigma shimmers are really pretty, I just feel like when you use an eyeshadow base primer, it just really makes your shimmers pop even more. So this is with the eyeshadow base primer, and this is with no eyeshadow base primer. So yeah, I think the shimmers in the Sigma palette are actually really pretty on their own, but I feel like when you use that eyeshadow base primer, it just makes it pop even more, which I really like, and it's just gonna allow your eyeshadow to really last throughout the day as well. Okay, so the next one I'm going to apply is Radiance. I just think this one is very pretty on its own. Okay, so this is what Radiance looks like. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this one on its own just because I like how it looks by itself, so I'm not gonna apply any shadow on top. Alright you guys, so now we're gonna go in with Earthen, which is that warm coffee matte. So this is what it looks like by itself. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a shimmer shade on top. So I'm gonna pick up Fool's Gold and then just apply that on top of the lid. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that shadow Fool's Gold right here so you guys can see the difference between the two on the eyes. I know I did do it on my hands, but I want to show you guys what it does look like on the eyes because it seriously makes such a difference. Girl, it just is not even like comparable. Like, alright you guys, so this is the difference between using the eyeshadow base primer underneath and no eyeshadow base primer. So I just feel like the eyeshadow base primers really help to increase eyeshadow pigmentation, and you can definitely see it right here. Okay you guys, so I'm starting off with a clean base, and I'm actually going to create a very simple everyday and neutral look, and I'm going to start off with Ignite, and I'm just going to apply that to the lid, and then I'm going to actually try to use all eyeshadow base primers. Still have a little bit of glitter on my eyes, but we're gonna move on. So I'm applying Ignite to my lid, and then I'm gonna blend that out afterwards and apply a shadow on top. Like I mentioned guys, you can also cut the crease with this. You guys see it just like allows you to make that like perfect like shape. So going in with the shade right here, Humble, I'm going to apply that to my lids with this E55 brush. So I'm going to go ahead now and actually add Earthen right here to my outer V. Okay, so I'm going to pick up this warm brown shade right here with my blending E25 brush from Sigma, and I'm going to apply that to the crease. So I'm going to pat it down, and then I'm going to blend it out afterwards. And I'm going to kind of mix the two colors together. Alright, so picking up my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, I'm going to kind of blend out the edges. Alright you guys, so I actually am adding Toasty right here in the middle, which is that light brown from the palette, just to kind of blend these two colors together, and then I'm adding it up here as well. I'm going to add a little bit more of Humble in the beginning right here in the top. Alright, so I'm going to go into my waterline with Ignite just because it's like a very nude color and it's going to make my eyes look a little bit more awake. Alright, so I'm picking up Radiance, which is the only eyeshadow base primer that is shimmer, and we're going to apply that to the inner corner and kind of underneath here. I'm going to use this short shader brush as an E20, and I'm just going to blend out Radiance underneath the eye. Now I'm going to go in with mascara and kind of finish up the whole look. Okay, so this is the finished look. I went ahead and applied mascara, and this is how it looks like. So I really like how vibrant my eyeshadows look like. So right here I have Ignite in the inner corner, just to like reiterate, and then here I have Earthen in the outer corner. I did apply eyeshadow afterwards, and then in the inner corner here I have Radiance, just so I want to make sure I use like them all. And then here in my waterline you guys can see I have Ignite, and I just feel like that makes your eyes look a little bit more awake. this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed that little mini tutorial. I really like these eyeshadow base primers. I just feel like my eyeshadow just looks so vibrant. So I'm going to talk a little bit about these eyeshadow base primers. So I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video, so I figured I would add it in the end. So these eyeshadow base primers are 8-hour wear proof. I actually think they're 24-hour wear proof. I did sleep in my makeup one day and I was wearing the sorbet one underneath, and I was just super tired to take off my makeup, but I remember I was only wearing it in the very beginning here, and on the outside I didn't use any other primer. I just had the sorbet eyeshadow base primer from Sigma right in the inner corner, and I fell asleep, and the next day I still had makeup on. So these will last even more than 8 hours, but that is just what it says online. So they are crease resistant. Obviously you guys can tell on my eyes I do have wrinkly eyelids, so you don't see it like moving up or anything or transferring. So these can be worn alone like you guys saw, or you guys can apply it underneath your shadows to kind of increase that pigmentation. Yeah, so if you want to wear a little bit of eyeshadow and you're kind of running late, you can just apply this on top and just really blend it out with your finger. You don't even need to use a brush. So what I like about these pencils is that it does come with a lot of products. So I'm just going to push it up all the way. So it is twist up, which I really like. And also it does come with a sharpener at the very end right here, so you guys can get more of that like very fine tip. And these eyeshadow base primers are also water resistant and smudge resistant, which is really nice because you guys know during the springtime it just randomly starts raining out of nowhere. So these are really nice because sometimes I get caught up in the rain, and this would be really nice to wear on its own or underneath. So I would definitely recommend getting these eyeshadow base primers, especially if you're gonna go to a concert where you're gonna, you need your makeup to last all day, or even for bridal makeup. I think these would be amazing. Yeah, I feel like these eyeshadow base primers are very easy to use. Anyone can use them. Alright guys, so if you guys want to get 10% off, definitely make sure to use my code, which is Drea10, and below I will leave a link where to get these eyeshadow base primers. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.